Hi everybody, it's January 21st, 2013, and it's Martin Luther King Day. So what does that mean? Well, for most of us that just means a day off from school, a day off from work. It's a federal holiday, um, yada yada. It doesn't really mean a whole lot. As a kid, I was exposed to Martin Luther King Day, pretty early. It's a federal holiday, and so it was just, again, another reason to get out of school. There were some cursory explanations of who Dr. King was and his importance as a leader of the civil rights movement. But once I started getting older, and specifically in the last 6 months, I've started to realize how important of a figure Dr. King was. And there's something about Dr. King that most people, at least in my generation, are not aware of, and that was that he was very opposed to foreign intervention in foreign wars. At the time we were in Vietnam, and he gave, I think, several speeches on his belief that it was our job to get out of Vietnam, because the situation with the poor could not be remedied until we stopped spending money abroad. I think this is pretty analogous to our current situation, and I encourage you to listen to Dr. King's speech on the Vietnam War and really give it a good listen and try and just see what applies to now, what you think doesn't apply to now. To me, this was a very meaningful speech because it made me realize finally why Martin Luther King is a big deal, and now I want to do a lot of research on him. So I'm not like an expert on him or anything. I haven't read any books on his life, but I guess I'm encouraging everyone else to remember who he is, to remember who he was, and to remember what he was fighting for. It wasn't just civil rights. He was a very progressive person, and he was fighting for an end to all wars. You might call that idealistic, but maybe it's possible. So yeah, just give him a listen, give him a chance, and don't just, there's a lot of federal holidays that probably don't really mean anything, but I really think this is one that's is a person worth looking into. And if you have time on your day off, please watch his speech on the Vietnam War, and yeah, expose yourself to something new. Alright, thank you.